Hi friends, it's Tilly, and I am completely exhausted after New York Comic Con. It was so much fun and I had a great time there, but like I said, I'm tired. It's been a lot of walking, it's been a lot of heels and shoes that are uncomfortable. So I'm excited to do a easy Halloween costume today of Kim Possible from Disney Channel show Kim Possible, and we'll be able to kind of have a nice cozy talk about New York Comic Con. So let's get started. Alright, great. Let's get started on the makeup. And I will tell you a bit about New York Comic Con, but first let me kick off foundation. So the foundation I'm going to be using today is the one I typically use for Comic Cons, which is Ben Nye's Media Pro foundation. Mine's in Vanilla Almond. And it is a sheer foundation, but it's nice because it is pretty matte and I like how it sits. However, it does have a really distinct smell to it that some people really might not like. It definitely smells more like theater makeup, like a cake makeup, than it does, you know, something even non-fragrant or like an everyday use makeup. So I'm going to start putting that on and then just patting it in place. I do have a little bit of stuff on already because of work, and I'm a little bit lazy today, so normally I wouldn't do that, but it'll be fine for now. So, Comic-Con was a complete blast. Thursday might even have been my favorite day, purely because Thursdays are a lot more relaxed. Like, there's less people there because it's a work day, it's a school day, so not as many people attend it. It's more chill, there's more space, like you can actually walk around, which is super nice. You don't have to worry about like cramming into people and all of that sort of thing. So I recommend, if you're going to check out a day of Comic-Con and you can get a Thursday off, I would go on a Thursday, honestly, over any other day, unless you really want to see a celebrity. Because the celebrities are usually there like Fridays and Saturdays, generally speaking. But Thursday, we got into the Critical Role panel, which was super cool. They seem like really fun people. I'm not a D&D player at all. I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate, so that's been really fun. That's kind of why I wanted to go in the first place, because it was D&D related. And I was like, oh, I'm kind of getting into this. It'd be fun to go spend time doing this. And it was. I felt a little bit like a fake fan because I know like who some of the people are, right? But that's kind of the extent of my knowledge of it. But there were a lot of people in their cosplays and who really enjoyed it. It was cool to see them all. The banter was kind of funny. So that was fun. The other thing Thursday that we found that we really enjoyed, that was also quite chill, was in the gaming area, there's like, they were giving away little free miniatures for D&D that you could paint and kind of experience it, and then if you liked it, you could buy more after, and some of the paint sets and things like that, which was super cool and something that we really liked doing. And it was a good like reprieve and break away from the hubbub of the con. So if you are ever feeling overwhelmed, I would say that the gaming area is a great reprieve. Highly recommend it. And I will put my little miniature that I painted here. I am not a painter, but I think it turned out pretty cute. It's a wizard. Who doesn't like wizards? I am going to be using the NARS Laguna bronzer for contour right now. And I'm just going to be putting it underneath the cheekbones, the sides of my forehead, the sides of my nose, at the jawline, and kind of down the neck a little bit. Ooh, I forgot concealer. Okay, Well, concealer will go under the eyes, kind of right here at the nose that gets a little red, and then any other zits that you might have or blemishes you want to cover up. Like, I wore so many wig caps that I have like a row of blemishes that are healing of just like where the wig cap sat, which is super annoying. But thankfully it's pretty well covered and healed at this point because it's been a few days, but very obnoxious. Now we can go back to the powder, and I will put on some blush. This is the very end of a MAC blush called Peachy Keen. And then I'm just going to go ahead and start blending that in and building it up where I see fit, especially on camera if it needs to be darker in order to kind of help shape the face a bit more. But yeah, that was the big thing about Thursday, which was super fun. I was Zatanna from the DC Comics, and she is one of my favorites to walk around in. So it was a lot of fun to just, you know, explore the con and see it for the first time, kind of get a lay of the land. I got to see a lot of friends that I haven't in a long time, like in years. So that was probably honestly the best part of the whole thing, was just seeing old friends. And making new friends, because making new friends at cons is super fun. For the eyes, I'm going to keep it really basic. She's a teenager, she's not going to be wearing a ton of makeup, but I'm going to be using kind of a light pale color as my highlight and then go back in with some browns. Probably this lighter brown and then this darker brown for some shading. Friday was a lot of fun. I was the evil queen from Snow White, and I wanted to really wear her Saturday, but it rained on Saturday. So I don't want to get that costume wet or ruined in any way, shape, or form because I spent a lot of time on it. And so I went as the evil queen on Friday. It was super fun because I got into the David Tennant panel, which was super cool. I'm a big fan of David Tennant. He's probably actually Nine's probably my favorite doctor. Sorry to the 10 fans out there, but I think Nine's my favorite doctor. Ooh. Knocking things over. But he is just so personable. He's so likable. Like, it's so incredible how charismatic he is. You can just tell he's a good person, or at least I think he's a good person. He seems like a good person. When interacting with both fans and the interviewers, so I really enjoyed it. It was kind of weird this year because I couldn't talk about anything related to TV or movies, so obviously things like Good Omens and Doctor Who were completely out of question talking about with the protests that are going on with the actors. And so it was mostly, he talked about like his upcoming theater work, and he's going to be playing in Macbeth. And it was really cool to kind of hear that side, because I have a theater degree. I appreciate theater a lot. I love theater. So for once, it's kind of nice to talk about theater specifically rather than all of the other kind of media. So that was super cool. Also about their personal lives a little bit more. It was just really enjoyable. And he told the story of like how he chose David Tennant, right? Like, because they have to have their own names because their names are like trademarks, so you can't have someone else's name. And the issue of trying to come over and then also be an actor in the US when someone else has your name, and what he had to go through. And he had to actually change his name legally in order to be able to continue to use it in the US, even though he was already Doctor Who at that point. It was like popular in the US. It's fascinating. Fascinating. I'm sure it's online somewhere. I would check out the interview. It was super cool. Saturday was rainy and very cold, so that was a big bummer, and I didn't really think about it, but I was Tinkerbell that day, and oh my gosh, it was freezing. I don't think they like properly acclimated the rest of the Javits Center for the cold rain, and so even inside I was freezing. So I ended up buying a New York Comic Con hoodie just like put over my arm so it wasn't as cold, but it was still a good time. I think I just was like a little bit salty about the cold, and you know, you're just like you don't have as much fun when you're cold. So that was a pretty big bummer. I even had tights on and everything, but no dice. I waited to put eyeliner on both the top and then 3/4 of the way at the bottom. And Saturday, I also got into the Chris Evans panel, which was cool-ish. It was cool that he was there because he's usually not at Comic-Cons, but it was kind of unfortunate because, you know, you wait in a long line to see him because you want to get a good seat. And I got a decently good seat. And I got into the panel in the first place, which was very exciting and very cool because not everyone did. But it was 30 minutes, which was kind of a bummer because it was a long time to wait for kind of a 30-minute interview. And then most of his career has been in film and TV, and so you couldn't talk about anything, which was kind of awkward. It wasn't too bad because he mostly talked like, you know, he confirmed that he's married, which is very exciting for him. And, you know, they talked about his dog and some of the theater work like the one piece of theater work he did, if you'd want to do that more, and what he looks like in roles. So like, it was kind of like, if you could have awkward celebrity small talk because you don't want to pry into their personal lives, that's kind of what the interview felt like, which was kind of a bummer. It felt kind of weird, but it was still cool. I'm glad I was there, and I'm glad I went to it. It was cool to see him in person. But I don't know, it was a weird vibe. I'm just gonna pop a little bit of light brown into my eyebrows. Sundays are family days, which are really fun because if you dress in something that, you know, is popular with the kids, like Power Rangers, or what else is really popular? Disney, things like that, they'll really enjoy it and want to take pictures, and it's very cute. But it was a little bit warmer, which was super nice. I also wore my jacket, which was smart, and I was Nami from One Piece, which was super awesome because so many One Piece fans were there with the Netflix show out, and so it was a complete blast because we just all nerded out together on One Piece, which was a lot of fun. And then that was a wrap of Comic-Con, and we went out to Margaritaville afterwards and had a really fun time just chilling with friends that I made along the way and friends from 2019 and older, and so it was a really great trip overall and a lot of fun. Okay. Her lipstick is weird. I'll pull up a picture. So I feel like their iconic dark upper lip is going to be key here. So I'm going to pop some foundation on my lower lip. This is Bury Me in Lipstick, right? Yeah, from the Sophia Nygaard collection, but any sort of, I think, berry color will do. It might even be a little bit more brown than that. We'll have to see how this looks. But it's weird, it's like a curve shape. She doesn't have like a bow definition, it's like, looks like a frowny face upside down. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I don't like how that looks at all. Yeah, this might be a bit too berry for her. I feel like it's usually a a little bit more brown. I feel like a cat. Because cats makeup, because they also have males only have their upper lip painted, and I like my face completely transformed down here to I feel like making me look more like a cat from Cats immediately. And then I would set it because I do not want this to shift around. And what I usually do is I usually set all of my makeup with Ben Nye face powder first. So this guy in a neutral set. I swear by this combo of first the face powder, powder your face, do it before your mascara, powder your face, then use a final seal. Once everything is done except the mascara, put on final seal over top of that, and that's going to really lock it into place, and then put on your mascara and your eyelashes. Because that'll just make sure everything sets in and stays all day long, I swear by it. Okay. I think overall this looks pretty good. I might play around with this color a little bit depending on how the whole thing comes together, but let's clean my hands and then put the costume on. Let's see how this goes. Alright, overall I'm super happy with how she turned out. I do like that the pants are high-waisted. Personally, on me, I just get self-conscious about my stomach, and so having the pants be high-waisted for me personally makes me feel a lot more comfortable, and then the belt just kind of adds, it's like whatever, it's easy, I can eat what I want. The shirt's also super comfortable, which is nice, and the gloves are easy. The elephant in the room, I would say, is this wig. This wig's definitely too long. I need to cut it and shape it a bit more in order to feel more ready to be Kim. But even if you had like a shorter red-haired wig and you didn't style it, I think it would still work really well for Kim's look, and she's obviously very recognizable, so that is perfect. And then you can wear comfortable shoes and just run around all night and have fun and not have to worry, which I absolutely love. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know if you went to New York Comic Con or what you thought about it in the comments below. I'd love to hear it, or just say hello. I hope you have a wonderful day and happy Halloween. See you soon.